session number 3 of lesson number 3, fiber to fabric. In previous sessions, we have seen variety in fabrics, what is meant by fiber, types of fibers such as natural fiber, synthetic fiber, and also we have seen their examples. In previous session, we have seen some plant fibers such as cotton and jute, how they are obtained, and various processes involved for obtaining this cotton and jute fiber. That also we have seen. We have seen spinning of cotton yarn, and now today we are going to see how to make the fabric from yarn. To understand this, we are going to start point number 3.5, yarn to fabric. Yarn to fabric. Okay, let me start now. We are on the page number 21. There are many ways by which fabrics are made from yarns. Fabrics can be made from the yarn by many ways. The two main processes are weaving and knitting. Two main processes are weaving and knitting. Weaving, the first process. In activity 2, you might have noticed that fabric is made up of two sets of yarn arranged together. The process of arranging two sets of yarn together to make a fabric is called weaving. See, we have got here one definition for the weaving. The process of arranging two sets of yarn together to make a fabric is called weaving. Weaving is the process of arranging two sets of yarn together to make the fabric and is called as the weaving. So let's understand to weave some paper strips. Okay, let me try to weave some paper strips. For that purpose, we are going to conduct activity number 5. See what is activity 5. Take two sheets of paper of different colors. Cut square pieces of length and width equal to 30 cm from each sheet. To complete this activity, we will require two sheets of paper of different color. Different color two sheets paper we have to take. We have to cut square pieces of length and width equal to 30 cm from each sheet. Now the two lengths will we have. Now fold both the sheets into half. On one sheet, draw lines as shown in the figure 3.12a. On the other, as shown in the figure 3.12b. Cut both the sheets along the dotted lines and then unfold. Weave the strips one by one through the cuts in the sheet of paper as shown in the figure 3.12c. Figure 3.12d shows the pattern after weaving all the strips. See, actually the process involved for making the sheets, that is by weaving. We can understand the activity very simple on the page number 22, which is on your screen. Page number 22. Figure A, figure B, figure C and figure D. I think you may have done it for your craft work also. So you can get the idea how to make the yarn or how to make fabric from yarn. Okay. So to understand activity number 5, just refer the diagram figures given A, B, C, D. Figure 3.12, A, B, C and D. These all the figures just observe. Okay, so you can get the idea about it. In similar manner, two sets of yarn are woven to make fabric. Similarly, two sets of the yarn can be woven into make a fabric. The yarns are much thinner than our paper strips. Of course, weaving of fabric is done on looms. See the figure 3.13. One lady is operating the handloom. You may have heard about this handloom. in our area, in our locality, Ichalkanji is very famous for this, and also the Petwadagaon, where the handloom is mostly used nowadays. Power looms are there. As the technology has grown, the people want to save the time, and for saving the time, they have to use the power looms. So that can be seen mostly. The some of the cities are very famous, such as Ichalkanji and Petwadagaon, and also the Hatkanangle, where the most of the looms are there, where these processes can be seen. The looms are either hand operated or power operated. Nowadays, maximum amount of the looms are power operated, so you can get the idea about it actually by watching this looms. Then only you can get the exact idea about it. Okay, so now we are going to start the next point, knitting. See, what is the knitting? I hope you understood the process of weaving by the paper strip. You may have maybe you have tried also for the your craft work. Now the process of knitting. Have you noticed how sweaters are knitted? In knitting, a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. Figure 3.14, you can see the process of knitting. This is the best example, because your mother or your grandmother has been used this process for making the sweater, the process of knitting. Okay, have you ever pulled the yarn from a torn pair of socks? What happens? A single yarn gets pulled out continuously as the fabric gets unraveled. Socks and many other clothing items are made of knitted fabrics. Knitting is done by hand and also on machines. See, if torn pair of socks, if we pull any one thread, then whole the thread becomes a single long thread. That means the socks was made from a single thread. Okay, so this is the process of knitting. I can give you another example, which is very common and related with us. We celebrate the friendship day, and on that friendship day we use the friendship band. And when we are cut it, many times it happened that the friendship band, from one side we can observe the thread comes, so that also the, you can say, the fibers are there. Okay, so the process of knitting is nearly same, equal to the friendship band. You can compare the knitting process and the one process that we have discussed, that is related with the weaving. Okay, so both the process you can compare. Here Paheli want to ask you one question. Paheli wants to know if you have seen any fabrics that are made of fibers on outer covering of coconut. What are these fibers normally used for? See, Paheli want to know if you have seen any fabrics that are made of the fibers on the outer covering of coconut. What are these fibers normally used for? This question you can take it as a homework. Okay, just think over it. What is the outer covering of the coconut? We have normally we have it. Mostly we are using the coconut, but that peelings or that fibers are used for what purpose? Which kind of the material is made from such a fiber or such a fabric? Okay, so you can answer the Paheli is waiting for your answer. Okay, weaving and knitting are used for making different kinds of fabric. Weaving and knitting are used for making different kinds of fabric. These fabrics are used for a variety of clothing items. The processes that we have discussed, that is weaving and knitting, are very important for making the different kinds of fabric, and this fabric further used for the variety of clothing materials. Okay, and now we are going to start the last point of the lesson, that is history of clothing material. History of clothing material. Okay, have you ever wondered what materials people used in ancient time for cloths? You may have seen in the cartoons also, maybe it's a joking part. You may have seen in the history channels such as National Geographic or some historical channels, they mostly shown on the television. It appears that in those times people used the bark and big leaves of trees or animal skins and furs to cover themselves. See what material actually used that time. The people were using the bark and big leaves of trees or animal skins and furs to cover themselves. Nowadays we have the variety of the cloth materials, but that day it was not available, that was not invented, but they were covering their body with the help of these materials, that they will depend on the plants also and animals also. After people began to settle in agricultural communities, they learned to weave twigs and grass into mats and baskets. When people began to settle in the agricultural communities, when they came in the contact with the agriculture, when they started agricultural practices, at that time they learned to weave the twigs and grass into the mats and baskets. But firstly, they used the wave twigs and grass for making the mats and baskets. Once animal fleece or hair were twisted together into the long strands. Once animal fleece or hair were twisted together to long strands. These were woven into fabrics. The early Indians wore the fabrics made up of cotton that grew in the regions near the river Ganga. Actually, it was the ancient time, and in that time, we will depend only on the plants and animals for just for covering the body. Okay, so that was the very interesting and very I can say really interested to know about that time. The early Indians wore fabrics made out of cotton that grew in the regions near the river Ganga. Flax is also the plant that gives natural fiber. See, at that time the people were just thinking and just making themselves comfortable to wear the different kinds of the materials that they are or they are able to obtain. They got it the exactly fiber, natural fiber from the flax also. Okay, in ancient Egypt, cotton as well as flax were cultivated near the river Nile and were used for making fabrics. In India, it was the famous area was near the river Ganga, and in ancient Egypt, the cotton as well as the flax were cultivated near the river Nile. Okay, I think you know the river Nile very well. It is a very famous river from the world. Okay, Nile River. So near the Nile River, the very important natural fibers such as flax and cotton were grown and they were using it. Okay, in those days stitching was not known. See, nowadays we call the stitching is a very simple process, but at time people were not knowing this process. So stitching was not invented actually at that time. People simply draped the fabric around the different parts of their body. Whatever the cloth material they have, they were draped. I think I can say they were covering their body only by that fabric. Many different ways of draping fabric were used. Many more different ways were using of the draping fabrics. With the invention of the sewing needle, people started stitching fabrics to make cloths. And when at the first time the invention of the sewing needle was done, so people started stitching fabrics to make the cloths. Okay, sewing needle nowadays it's very common, but that time it was not invented. And when it was invented, that time actually people started stitching fabrics to make the cloths, and stitched cloths have gone through many variations since this invention. You can also ask the question to yourself, or you can also remind yourself when you were small at that time which types of the cloths were available, and nowadays which cloths are available. Means many steps actually takes place, or there are many steps involved in the process of invention of cloth materials. But it is not amazing that even today sari, dhoti, lungi or turban is used as an unstitched piece of fabric. Today also many more clothing material available, but then also the sari, dhoti, lungi and turban is used. So it's really amazing because the stitching is invented, but then also this kind of the cloths are used in most amount. Okay, just as there is a large variety in the food eaten all over our country, a large variety exists also in the fabrics and clothing items. We know that the India is the country where the diversity is or I can say that India is rich in diversity. Okay, diversity in food material, diversity in living pattern, diversity in many more things, such as climate, such as the water distribution, such as the presentation of the various things. So I can say diversity in many more things. Okay, food materials, and actually diversity can be also seen in the clothing items. Means the people, those who live in Maharashtra, they wear different kinds of the cloth compared to the Karnataka, compared to the Rajasthan, compared to the Madhya Pradesh. Means in every region, different clothing material is used, or different fabrics are used. Okay, so here in this lesson we have seen more interesting things about the fiber to fabric, the history and journey from fiber to fabric, how the fabric is made from fiber and how the fiber is obtained from the yarn, the types of the fibers such as natural fiber, synthetic fiber, then how the natural fiber is obtained from the plant such as cotton and jute, the process involved for obtaining the fibers from the cotton and jute, spinning cotton yarn. These all the things we have seen. Okay, we have also seen the history of clothing material. Now where you can frame the questions, write the answers also, and read the lesson. Okay, do the study. The next lesson we will see at the next session. Thank you.